Welcome to Slinging the Slang, the video podcast where we take a look at our slang, our idioms, their origins, their meanings, everything from the funny and controversial to the absolutely ridiculous. I'm Slangman David Burke, author of 30 books on idioms and slang.
And I'm Monica Maudo, Director of Education for an English language school in Southern California. And I just love slang. Love it, love it, love it.
And that is why we are here, because hopefully you are too. We welcome you ESL students, you lovers of English, and as always, our viewer. We welcome you to our video podcast. So we always talk about American slang, of course. Today we're going to talk about something that I happen to love. I love comparing our slang to other countries' slang and their expressions. And in particular, what I think is really funny, Monica, is that English is so rich with words, but there are so many words in other languages that we cannot translate. They're pretty funny. I mean, the idea of not being able to say something like they can in another country is pretty interesting to me. So I'm going to run by a few words by you. Was that a correct sentence? We have a lot of emails from people who live in different countries and who speak other languages who wrote to us to test us.
I'm so excited. I can't wait to hear this.
I love this part. They want to know if we have equivalents in English of what they have in their own language. So this is going to be really, really fun. I love this stuff.
Okay, me too.
Okay, so we're going to jump right into it. We have Sato from Japan. Hello, Sato from Japan.
Hello.
Who writes to, Ohayo gozaimasu. That means hello. Did you know that, Monica?
Ohio, I knew Ohio. I didn't know the last part.
I think Ohio is hi, and gozaimasu is like some form of polite, like usted in Spanish.
They're very polite.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. It's funny. I remember you just reminded me of something, a story when, I don't know if I told you this or not. When I was in Japan years ago, I was at Shinjuku, which is a big transfer station in the subway. And I was with my Japanese family, and the father came up to us all, the whole family and me, and gave us all Coca-Colas. And the platform was really crowded, but they're all very polite and very quiet. They weren't very loud like we are. And they all opened up their Coca-Colas and they raised them and said, "Kampai." And I said, "Chin chin," because I used to live in France, and chin chin is what you say. Turns out
they say chin chin in Brazil too.
Really? Okay. Then a Brazilian would have gotten in trouble too, like your husband, who's also, he's Brazilian.
Yes.
It turns out that chin chin in Japan means a male private part, and that's all it means. That's all chin chin means. So every single head on that platform turned and looked at me because, you know, my big American booming voice, chin chin. So yeah, that's my story about the Japanese being so polite and quiet to allow my chin chin to pierce the silence. So,
and that's when you got transferred to a new family.
They did look at me like, "What are you doing?" So of course now, every Thanksgiving, every Christmas, my family, when they
David,
when they make a toast,
hysterical.
Yeah, they always say, you know, a different word than cheers. Okay, Sato, sorry, yet we digress. Okay, so Sato gives us the word bakushan. Okay, that's a Japanese slang term. Oh, interesting. It describes someone who is really pretty from the back, but from the front, not so much. Oh, that is really funny. Ever see the movie Clueless?
I would love to hear the conversation. Oh my God.
Well, there's a movie. Remember Clueless years ago? Clueless was the movie about the girl who lived in Beverly Hills, and she's really rich and kind of stuck up. Remember Clueless?
Oh, yeah, of course, with Alicia Silverstone.
Right. So they had a word very similar, and the word was wow. She is such a Monet. Can you guess why?
Such a Monet, because Impressionism
Yes, yes, you're
kind of
getting
like
it.
the lighting was just right, but then when the lighting changed, it was like, ew.
You're close. From far away, that person looks really good, but up close, they're a big old mess.
Oh my gosh. Well, that should be a Seurat, pointillism. From when you look at a Seurat painting, which is just all little dots from far away, it looks very cohesive. And
Right.
the closer you approach the painting, you start seeing that it separates into dots.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make up a new slang here. I'm gonna call it so Seurat.
So Seurat. Oh, I like that. You know, you
And you
see,
have to say
we
it like that, and you have to be
that is so
fierce,
Seurat.
yeah, and you have to do this look.
And I love that because we need a word like that. And by
We
the way,
do.
in the Philippines, they do have a word called um, uh, leogenic. Leogenic. Leo means far away. And it comes from telegenic, which means you look really good on television. Leogenic means you look really good far away. See?
Well, who doesn't?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What? As you and I get further and further away from the camera. Thank you, Sato, for that. And yes, we are very. What was the word you used
wait,
again?
but we really don't have, we simply say, oh, I thought she was way better looking until she got up really close.
I like
We
your
don't really
word.
have that.
Let's use your word. What was it again? The word you
Well,
said?
we just explain it, like, oh, she looked so elegant
No, the new
from
one.
50 feet away, but
The
up close,
the pointillism word you just said. Seurat?
oh, Seurat, yeah.
Seurat. Okay, we're going to use
That's
that.
brand spanking new because I just coined it.
And I loved it. Okay, you heard it here on Slinging the Slang. Oh, by the way, if you have any questions for us, I almost forgot. Email us, david@slangman.com. Ask us any question and we will answer. So that is really Seurat. Okay, that's number one. Our newest slang
So
word.
Seurat.
That is so, boy, he or she is really Seurat. Well, I love it. Miguel from Brazil. Okay, your husband.
Ooh, Brazil.
Your husband is from Brazil. Okay, here's a word that we definitely don't have.
Okay.
It is cafune. C-A-F, like Frank, U-N-E. It means to tenderly run your fingers through your lover's hair.
hang on. My husband's over here. Hang on. Kafune. Shushu. Kafune. He's laughing.
So
he's touching his
perfect. How do you use that?
His hair.
In a sentence. I wonder how you use that in a sentence. It's cafune time. Maybe that's how you do it. Okay, so Miguel, thank you.
Did we have some fun kafune last night.
But see, we don't have that. Maybe we should use it. We should borrow it. We borrow a lot of other words. We borrow words like gung ho, that's Chinese for, to be full of energy. We borrow words all the time. Kindergarten, German, we borrow a lot of words. So we can borrow kafune. We can popularize that. See what we can do on this show, the power we have. We have Anna from Italy. Oh, Italy. See, Monica and I just went there. See, we just did it. We turned the wheel toward food. Mangia. Okay, so Anna from Italy says, in Italian, we say cavoli riscaldati, which means reheated cabbage, which is an attempt to revive an unworkable relationship. I love that. It's reheated cabbage.
It's like reheating cabbage.
Wow, cabbage does not smell so good.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Wow, that is a great one.
Great.
So I guess you would say, okay, I guess they're getting back together, but in my opinion, it's nothing but reheated cabbage. It's going to stink.
It's going to stink. It's going to be soggy.
These are great. Why don't we have these words? Okay, I think we.
But that's so colorful. I can even smell the cabbage right now.
I can too. And my mother used to make stuffed cabbage all the time. And believe me, I mean, I'm sure it's delicious, and my mother loved it. But yeah, it does have a certain odoriferous nature. Okay, we have William from Germany. Okay, hit us with some German here.
Now, the Germans have a lot of very interesting words for things, and you're like, wow, they actually thought of a word for that. So I'm very excited about this one.
They do. There's a word, what was it? I can't ever say it. Scheidefreund.
Yeah. Are you thinking about where you make your child sick so you can get sympathy?
Oh, Schade. Okay, I can't remember the word. Schadefreunde? Schade? Okay. Anyway, well, let's use Williams. We got to think about this one. We have trouble sometimes with certain words that are really, really long. And this is a long word that I can't remember. Anyway, so he says, Fisslig, F like Frank, ISS like Sam, ELIG. Fisslig, it's a frustration you get when you just can't do something. You're frustrated. You are filled with Fisslig. It's just frustration and anger and disappointment. So that's Fisslig.
All those wonderful negative feelings.
Whew. Oh, and the flip side of that is coming from Jun in the Philippines. This is a great word. And I don't think we have this in English.
Okay.
And any Filipino who hears this is going to go, oh, yes, gigil. Gigil, when you're filled with gigil, it's just love. And you just have to pinch the closest thing to you that's cute. Ooh, that little baby. Ooh, just makes me full of gigil. You got to pinch and pinch and pinch. That's gigil.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, we don't have a word for that. We just say, oh, you're just cute as a bug's ear.
I want to eat you up. Ooh.
Oh, I just want to eat you.
Oh, in Yiddish, there is a word. Oh, this exact same thing as gigil. It's kvel. And my mother and father would say, oof, I got a kvel. Get over here. And my sister and I would know, okay, we're going to get kissed and hugged and pinched. So that's a kvel. Oof. And a kvel. So a gigil in Filipino or Tagalog. Love that.
You know what Yiddish word I love, David? You know what Yiddish word I love? I love verklept.
That is the best word that Mike Myers, as Linda Rossman, popularized in Saturday Night Live.
Yes,
is a great word. It just means you're so emotional. You're just overtaken by emotion. You can't.
I'm getting verklept.
I'm getting verklept. I love that. And you got to clutch your pearls. You got to put your hand up here on your pearls and go, I'm getting verklept. And you got to kind of bring your lips together. Verklept. It's great. I love Yiddish is great. My mother used to always say, and then another word that I really have in English, if the table was dirty, my mother would say, oh, get me a sponge. The table is all verschmatschget. Verschmatschget. It's like dirty and sticky and gooey and icky and smelly and terrible.
Was there a lot of spitting in your family?
There's a lot of chachaching. Yes. Yiddish has a lot of chachs in it. And that's why I'm a good chacher. Well, let's see how our closed captions takes that word.
Yeah, exactly.
Chacher.
Yes. We have spit all over our screens.
We have Osa from Denmark. Wow.
Oh, Osa. You know, there's a teacher named Osa at the school.
Really? Really?
Yes.
Is that
Osa.
Right? She's from Denmark?
No, she's not.
Oh.
I don't know where she's from, but I don't think she's from Denmark. I'll have to ask her.
Well, ask her if she knows this word, because this is a Danish word.
Okay.
And it's pronounced, thank you for writing down the pronunciation. Osa. Hygge. Hygge. And it means, it's a pleasant feeling you associate with sitting around the fire with your best friends, sipping coffee. We're going to have a moment of hygge.
That is so specific.
With good friends, coffee. Didn't say not with tea.
What if it were a lover and it was tea? Would that change the word?
Then you're going back to kafuna, because then you're gonna have a kafuna session, probably with the hair and the rubbing the. I love that. It is very specific and nice. I love these nice, kind words. Michael from Germany, another German one.
Oh, good.
Oh, now this is okay. Here, this is great. In German, we say Kummerspecht. No, I'm sorry, Kummerspeck. Kummer, Kuma.
Uh-huh.
Oh, Speck, I guess. Speck. Kummerspeck.
Something with a look.
Well, actually,
I'm thinking spectacle. I'm thinking.
You're very close. No, you're not. It's the excess.
I'm trying to be very intelligent here, David.
Well, I did not even think they were going to go here. I thought spectacles. It's the excess weight you gain from overeating emotionally. It's called grief bacon. Grief, like GRIEF.
Oh,
grief bacon. Be careful of that grief bacon. Be careful of that Kummerspeck.
Don't we have emotional? Well, we say emotional eating. That's what we say. Yeah.
Yeah, but emotional eating versus Kummerspeck.
Yeah.
Kummerspeck, that just has a feel.
Yeah.
It sounds fatty.
Yeah, it does. I already gained 5 pounds just hearing it. Yes.
And I'm hungry.
Yes, me too.
Okay, I'm going to add an email from me. This is my email to us, Monica.
Okay.
There are 2 Yiddish words.
Wait, we have an email from David.
We have one from David
from Southern California,
in Los Angeles, in my very room. Okay, what are the 2 Yiddish words we grew up hearing on a national comedy TV show about 2 women? I'm giving you hints.
Yeah, you are. I know, David.
It was in the title song, and the 2 women were arm in arm singing, and their names were
Schlemiel,
yes.
Schlazel, blah 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 Incorporated.
Okay,
it's Laverne and Shirley.
You just burned up the calories you gained from the Kummerspeck trying to come up with that answer. Yes, Schlemiel, Schlemazel, but I don't think most people know what a Schlemiel and Schlemazel is. Do you, Monica?
I have no idea what they are. All I know is that you need a very good articulation to say them.
Yes, a Schlemiel, Schlemazel. So these are 2 fantastic words, and they're so funny. Here's how my mother described them to me. Here's how she explained them. A Schlemiel spills his hot coffee on the Schlemazel. So it's the Schlemiel who is accident prone, and the Schlemazel is the recipient of the accident. I love that. So if you fall
that
down,
really sums up the relationship of Laverne and Shirley.
Right. One's the Schlemiel. So many accidents, and the Schlemazel is the one who's like wearing the coffee, wearing the pie that the Schlemiel dropped by accident on top of the Schlemazel's head. How about that?
That I loved it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Wow. There's a word for everything.
There is. And I what was that word again? The one with the pointillism again?
Surratt.
Surratt. Okay.
I'm probably saying his name. You're French. It's probably completely different. But.
It's French, probably Sarah. Sarah. So I love that. Well, we hope that everybody that you meet this week is not a Surratt, and we certainly hope you're not going to be a Schlemazel, because you'd be getting soup spilled on your head, and we don't want you to be a Schlemiel either. So we hope you have a wonderful week. Thank you so much for spending your 5 hours with us just now in this 15 minutes. I am David Burke, author of 30 books on slang and idioms. You can check out my books at www.slangman.com.
And I'm Monica Mauro, and we hope you join us again for another episode where we take a deep dive into the ever-growing, ever-changing world of slang. Thank you so much for being with us.
We look forward to what, Monica? Slinging the slang. With you more next week. Till then, remember, write us, david@slangman.com. Ask us anything, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Toodles.